So every site's different, but generally we start out in the same place. And most sites that we've partnered on have had some level of technical SEO issue. Pretty much everyone we've been like, well, the first thing we're going to do is fix that, and that issue might be as basic as like not having an SSL certificate installed. To sometimes we get people that haven't fixed the Yoast, the great Yoast error of 2018, just where a bunch of their stuff got indexed that shouldn't. Some of them have architecture issues. So just like navigation and site structure and things like that. Pretty much every single one has speed issues. Generally, if someone knows how to get their speed good, then they don't need our service. So we normally will fix all them first. Then there's a lot of CRO type stuff. Like most people, like if it's an Amazon site, they don't really have mobile optimized tables. I'm sure Matthew Allen would have something to say about that with his plugin. But yeah, a lot of them don't have mobile friendly tables or mobile friendly this or mobile friendly that. And from there, it's very much a bespoke plan. Like some of them, it's like, right, now we're just going to smash the site with content until all that site scales. Other sites, it's like, we need to disavow all your spammy backlinks. Other sites, it's like, oh, you've got an info product funnel. Let's try doubling the pricing on that and that kind of thing. So yeah, it's always the same. We do a technical audit, a speed audit, and a kind of keyword and backlink audit. And based on that, we usually have something to improve. And sometimes that can be enough to turn the site around as well. They're not always like distressed sites when they come to us, but yeah, quite often it can turn them around. But then from there, it really varies, like what we're going to do next.
Sure.
So,
Very
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I could definitely imagine some people have sites where there's a ton of content, almost no backlinks, or vice versa, where there's, 50 posts, but a crazy amount of backlinks, and there's opportunities to like fill the gaps wherever they happen to be. Interesting. So it sounds like a lot of work needs to be done for any of the sites. So tell me about the team that you have now, or sort of how that's structured. I know, but actually, I'll just leave it at that. I won't speculate. So what's the team like? How do you run that?
Fortunately, I hired a very good project manager recently, so things have been a lot more smooth over the last couple of months. But essentially, there's not actually that many of us like on the actual sort of core team. There's probably about 10. And that will range from like me, who's, like the boss, and then Alejandro, who does a lot of he does all of the audits and a lot of he's kind of an extension of me in the way that he'll do a lot of the game plans for the sites and deciding what we're going to do. But then he's also strong in other areas. He's a lot better at technical SEO than I am. So he does all of that, all of the audits. And then we have the project manager, Esby, and then so she's just like making sure we're all doing stuff. She's like, whenever my Asana queue gets to 0, suddenly it's back to 10 again. And then we have just various freelancers below that and people who are full-time who like, we have someone called Hannah who's really good at Pinterest. And so she runs that side of thing. Because we've got a lot of sites that do well with the kind of Pinterest and Mediavine model. There's a lot of people like in affiliate marketing who are really focused on like SEO and best, blah, blah, blah. And then there's loads and loads of people, mostly work at home mums, but not, there's a lot of others in the group as well, who are just like silently crushing it with Pinterest and Mediavine and making like 5K a month, 10K a month. It's crazy. So yeah, Pinterest is a big part of what we do. And then, yeah, we just have like sort of VAs below that who, like they do content uploading and audits and on-page SEO tweaks and all of that stuff. Yeah, and then we bring in like if we need content written, we use an agency or use like human proof designs articles and SEO, like authority builders and maybe some other more grey hat ones, depending on if it's like our site or not. Stuff,
Sure.
yeah, things like that.